you everyone for attending today. So the idea here is just to show pictures, okay? And just to show pictures about what we have been doing, okay? So everything has been done by the team, Ian, Diana, Alejandro, Sara, Karen, Eiso, and myself, okay? So our field work has been done in several parts of Peru. So this is our country, and we mainly focus on the Pacific Ocean, okay? So it's the type of river is quite different from what we have in the Amazon, okay? So we have done some work on Piura, actually a lot of work on Piura. This was pre-pandemic. We did this with Diana and Ian. Then just recently we went to Ancash. We went to several places there. Then Lima and Ica. Okay, so this has been done in around 2 or 3 years. The first image, and here you can see the team not smiling because there was a lot of waste. This is Playa Chimus. This is the mouth of the river Nepeña. Really nice place. Okay, but as you can see, waste is all over the place. The rainy season was just 1 month before we came. So what we're trying to show here is just images from what we have seen. Is difficult from an image to really tell the full story, because there's a lot of variations between what we see and what happened 1 day before or even one month ago. Okay, but still I think it makes us open our eyes for a lot of things. So you can see a lot of plastics. There's no shoes here, but something that we have been seeing a lot of shoes everywhere we go. Okay, so this is a zoom of what we have been seeing in this place. Okay, so a lot of plastics all over and so on. More images from the same area. Okay, this is the river mouth of this river Nepeña in the same location. This is the same location. This is mostly the Playa Chimu, so it's very close to the river mouth. Okay, and you can see always some plastics related to the fishery industry. Okay, you can see that here, and it's very typical to see a lot of wood around. Okay, at the back, well, you see in this image, you see, I don't know if to call them happy crabs, but what we want to say here is how nature in a way adapts to this situation in which we do see a lot of waste that is related to our life as a society, and then you can see how this relates to the crops, and how in a way this nature is adapting to this. Okay, this is another river. This is the mouth, river mouth of Rio Santa. This is a very important river in Ancash. Okay, and what we want to show here is how this connects to a lot of waste that is always left in the riverside, and this is very typical in a lot of areas of the country. Okay, we have been seeing this in a lot of areas, and this is not a lot of waste, but in other pictures that we will show, you will see a lot of waste. Really. But the questions that we have is, first of all, what we're trying to do is understand from where the waste comes and how the waste flows into the river and goes into the ocean. So that's why all these aspects are really important for us. Okay. This is a place very close to this river mouth of Rio Santa. And you can see this, there's a village here. There's a village around, very close. And what you can see is a lot of plastics that could be related to the daily life of these people, okay? And this is a beautiful area, really beautiful sea. But you see all type of plastics. We have two options, one that it comes from the settlement, and one that some of these waste could be generated by the people, the beach goers. But I think most comes from the settlements, right? So here the mismanagement is clearly connected to the lack of waste management systems around the coastline around Peru. Okay, so you see everything related to plastics, diapers, shoes, plastic bags, plastic bottles, and so on. Okay. So this is an image from Chimbote, and I will ask Alejandro to tell us a little bit more about Chimbote. This is a very important port where the fishery sector is highly important. Alejandro, I don't know if you want to say something here.
Well, yes. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? As Ramsey was saying, we went to different places in we call it Norte Chico, like small north, the central part of the Peruvian north. And here in Chimbote is the, for all of you who don't know, Chimbote is the most important port in the world regarding fish meal production and fish oil production, right? So this is a major important port in Peru, right? Because a lot of anchovy is landed there for fish meal production, right? So as well here in Chimbote, there's a lot of, as you can see in the bottom picture, a lot of smaller fisheries, artisanal fisheries, and small-scale fisheries. So in Chimbote, you have two main ports: the municipal port and the desembarcadero. It's for a port for artisanal fisheries. But as you can see in the picture of the sea and of the ships, we have a lot of weights that are directly linked to the fishing industry, because Chimbote is a really nice bay area, but the bay is deeply polluted by plastics and by other things, no? So we had bad luck because the anchovy fishing season was over by that time. But as you can see in this area, at the right place, you can see the artisanal port. You can see there's a lot of waste, of plastic waste, of polyester, of nylon ropes, of bags, cutlery, plastic cutlery, and stuff like that. No, so we can see that there is a direct link with the fishermen that you can see over there to the waste going to the beaches.
Yeah, thank you very much, Alejandro. It's clear the relationship, and we're working also on this. An MFA on this topic, because when we talk about plastics to the ocean, there are a lot of sources. So Alejandro is actually leading this task. Okay, thank you very much, Alejandro. He will come back soon, don't worry. So this is part of Chimbote, and this is kind of the coastline of Chimbote and the relationship with this industry. Okay. This is a beautiful place. Ancash has a lot of places that are related to small fishing industry and big fishing industry. Okay, this is amazing place in Puerto Casma. The port is to the right, where I have the red dot. Okay, and this is the river mouth of the Rio Casma. Okay, we walk all the way, and it was amazing. It's amazing. And this is another image of what we see, but the purpose of this image is not to show you the beautiful site, but to show you these agricultural residues, okay, that you can see all around the bay, if you will, okay. And every time you go to this wood, you will see a lot of different types of waste, and plastic is of course one of them. And you can see shoes, as I mentioned before, right? Shoes are everywhere. It was amazing how we can see shoes everywhere we go, okay. And of course all type of plastics, okay. So this is the picture, this the zoom out, and this is the zoom in of what we see in these agricultural residues, okay. So this is related to agriculture, and it has been seen everywhere we have gone, okay. This is another river. This is Rio Pativilca and the Pan American Highway. The same idea, agricultural waste and so on. This is a really interesting one because it relates how society in a way connects to pollution and plastic waste. And here you see these are really nice structure. You see the Rio Waura, you see waste on the riverside, and here just in this area, let's say, you can see waste thrown by people. It's clear, right? Plastic bags full of waste, and you can see them how at some point they will end.
All I know.
They will end into the river and then the ocean. This is again Rio Waura and the Caleta Carquín, beautiful place, and this is the waste you see just close to the river mouth of this Rio Waura. I don't know if Alejandro, you want to mention something, all the waste we saw here?
But yes, Rio Waura is as well a river coming from the Ancash Sierra, right? And as well as you can see there, as Ramsay mentioned, one thing that we noticed, besides from all the shoes, because the shoes were really recurrent, like flip-flops and soles and a lot of things that come from shoes. But a lot, as you can see there, is wood. We found a lot of wood in all the river mouth. And we think, because we were talking to people, and this is mainly, and we think this is mainly due to agricultural resource residues, because we think these are used for making cagings, for dividing land, and they just throw it away at the end. So what we saw here, which more intensity, was that where we find a lot of wood residue linked to the agricultural sector, we will find a lot of plastic residue, but linked to different types of sectors. Like, so you see cutlery, polyester, even nylon ropes, nets that are used for agriculture, for chickens or shoes, or a lot of type of plastic. But it was kind of interesting to see the relationship with regarding the amount of plastic waste and the amount of wood that we saw in each river mouth.
Thank you, Alejandro. And something that we always see is open burning. So probably there was copper cables here or something that had to be burned to recover the metals, or something that has value. This is the same image from the, well, different image from the same place. This is the rear mouth of Rio Waura. There's a lot of waste here, but some of this waste comes from these waste trucks. So this is like an open dump site there too. This is already Lima. So this is an important river in Lima. This is the Rio Chillón, okay, extremely important river. And this is let's say around 2 kilometers from the river mouth of this river. So 2 kilometers from the Pacific Ocean. And you can see the same idea, right? Waste thrown in the riverside, and then at some point it will end into the river, and who knows, into the ocean. Okay, it's the same idea in a lot of places in Peru. This is highly related to the lack of waste management systems in our countries. This is Lima, and we still have these problems. This is again the Rio Chillón, but this is already in the Pacific Ocean. This is how it connects to the ocean. Okay. This is the north part of Lima, very close to the oil spill in Ventanilla. And this is how, in a way, you can see a lot of waste around, and also open burning of probably copper cables. The same site, different image with different, well, you can see all type of plastics here. Shoes are always there, as I mentioned before, plastic bottle, plastic bags, polystyrene, and so on. This is the river, River Chillón, very close to the river mouth. And what you can see, or to the Pacific Ocean, you can see how there is a man-made riverside that is very common in some places in Peru, especially in this case Lima, to avoid problems of flooding of these settlements. Again, plastics all around, and there were a lot of birds here. That this was not strange. So it's like an open site, open dam site here in the river mouth. This is north of Rio Chillón. This is a beach in Ventanilla. We also went here with Ian and Alejandro. And as you know, part of my life has been devoted to electronic waste, and it was like a miracle to see a CRT TV here. It was just crazy. I was not expecting that. How it came there, no idea. But at least you can see that there's no copper inside. So they took the copper. This is what they typically do. And there was a lot of plastic. Our assumption is that this connects to the river because all this area is full of waste. And there's a full plastic waste there. Okay. As you can see, this is all the beach. Okay. This is another important river in Lima. Okay, the same idea of the river Rio Chillón. Was not easy to get inside this river mouth, but you can see the same idea. A lot of plastic waste, a lot of waste, very close to the, well, almost in the ocean. You can clearly see the connection between ocean and river, and most of this plastic waste clearly connected to our society, our daily life, and connected to this waste that cannot find a proper waste management system. These are some images from open dam sites in Piura. This is a trip we did with Ian and Diana 2.5 years ago. And this is the situation in Piura. This is the north of Peru. And clearly the situation is really bad in a lot of places. So there is a lot of things to do here in Peru with regards to waste management. And this clearly connects to this waste that we see in the ocean. Okay. This is this guy was with a bag of food because there were some workers, scavengers in the landfill. So he was bringing food for these scavengers. So this is the typical life they have there. At least they have a living and they can have a profit or a job, but it's extreme conditions for them. Okay, and these are some images from Sechura, Piura. We are trying to understand how, in a way, plastic waste has a natural and anthropogenic barriers. So that's why I'm showing this connection between river and canals and then open dam sites. And this is the river mouth of a river here in Piura, and how in a way connects to a lot of waste that you can see everywhere. Okay, and this is very close to Lima, Rio Mala, and you can see the same idea: riverside, plastic waste, or all type of waste that is connected to waste flow that can enter the ocean. And to almost finalize, this is a beach south, 50 kilometers south of Lima. We have been, let's say, analyzing this area for all these 2 years, and this is the type of waste that you see there from the fishery industry, but from different types of anthropogenic activities as well. Okay, how it gets there, that's the question that we're trying to answer. It's not an easy question, and here is very important to understand not only the flows that are connected to the flows that are related to the ocean, but also how in a way these flows connect to the output of the river. So this is not an easy task, but we're trying to get more understanding on this. Okay. And to finalize, this is a nice picture I found where you have a broom, and for me is the ocean cleaning itself, and this is how I want to end this presentation. And again, thank you very much for being here.